From cooling down indoors to keeping cool outdoors, a new initiative is underway to create more shade as Los Angeles prepares for an influx of visitors attending major sporting events in the next few years. ShadeLA is a collaborative effort led by USC Dornsife Public Exchange and UCLA Luskin Center for Innovation in partnership with the county, city, metro, LA 28, and community organizations. Joining me now is Monica Dean. She is the Climate and Sustainability Practice Director for USC Dornsife Public Exchange. Thanks for spending some time with me today, Monica.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
Los Angeles County has less shade than the national average. Is that the case in urbanized areas of the county?
So we had new research come out about a month ago from our colleagues at UCLA. It's a new shade map. And currently that map covers the city of Los Angeles. In the future, we will be expanding that to cover the county of Los Angeles as well. But what you see in this new research is that the city of LA only has about 21% shade at peak heat, so at noon, when the sun is the highest, UV exposure is the highest. And compared with other major cities in the country, that's about 6% lower than the national average. The national average is closer to 30%. And so what we really want to see is more shade added and shade that can protect us at noon, that time when we're most vulnerable to heat.
How is ShadeLA determining which areas around LA have the most critical need for shade?
Yeah, so shade planning, a new term in the urban planning field, is really looking at both that availability of shade as well as our vulnerabilities to other factors. So that might include environmental factors like heat stress and air pollution, and it also includes socio-demographic information. So for instance, we know older people and younger people tend to be more at risk of heat stroke and heat illness. And so what we want to pay attention to is where are those different populations that have high risks from heat, and make sure that shade is showing up in the places where those people are. And when you factor in the city of LA hosting these major events and this upcoming series of events, what we want to see is that there's also shade available around those event venues themselves. So as people are coming to and from the games and traversing our really large region, is shade where they need to be in order to get to those different places safely.
And is there a process of deciding what kind of shade, whether it's trees or shade infrastructure, is suitable for those locations?
Yeah, so shade can take a wide variety of forms, including natural trees, as well as umbrellas, shade sails, awnings, or even bus shelters. And it's really all about adding the right type of shade to the location. So every location is a little bit different, and in some places in our city, it makes a lot of sense to add a tree. A tree will provide many more benefits than just shade. It'll also, improve air quality. It will provide habitat for birds or other animals. But a tree can't fit everywhere in our city. Sometimes there's just not enough room, especially on a sidewalk or next to sidewalk, if there's not that public right-of-way where you can plant a tree. And so in those locations, the question is, how else can we add shade? If you are, looking at a bus stop, sometimes there isn't enough room to add a bus shelter. And so we're looking at new design solutions, not just our existing toolkit of how can we as researchers and innovators think differently about adding shade as well.
Some critics argue that it's actually too late to start planting trees for the 2028 Olympics, as trees typically take a decade or longer to grow big enough to provide cooling shade. So why start now?
One of the benefits of tree planting is that it's not about necessarily the shade that it can give us right now, but the shade that it'll give for generations to come. And we've seen with past Olympics that benefit. When the Olympic Games came in 1932, the city of LA planted 40,000 palms. We now know and love those palms. They're sort of, an emblem of the city of LA. And when the games came again in 1984, over 1 million trees were planted across the region. And so we're benefiting from those trees well after the games came. we completely agree. If you want to provide shade to people showing up here anytime in the next 3 years, you're probably not going to get that shade from a newly planted tree. And that's why we really want to talk about other types of shade, including awnings and pop-up tents or umbrellas. But the important thing is, if we plant trees for the games now, maybe it won't protect people then, but it will also provide this benefit for generations to come.
Monica, it's great talking with you today about this issue. Thanks so much for your time.
Likewise, thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your community, click the subscribe button here. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.